If you are thinking about moving to Mesa, Arizona, you don't want to miss today's home tour. This house is full of DIY projects, and I am curious, would you renovate this house or would you leave it as is? Because I swear every time I turn a corner, there's a new DIY project that was completed by the current owner. So let me know in the comments what you would do with this house. So today we are in the community of Ashley Heights, which is in East Mesa. And one thing I love about this community is the landscaping is mature and it's not a cookie cutter community. There's really not a lot of houses in this community. So a lot of buyers just kind of skip over it and they don't even know that it's here. But once they drive through, they fall in love. This community is located off University, literally 3 minutes from the 202 freeway. So it's just super convenient to hop right on and either get to the 60 and get into Phoenix or West Mesa. You're just 5 minutes from Apache Junction. You can go south on the 202 and get to the 24 freeway. Queen Creek is only 20 minutes away. One thing I really love about this lot here, and this is the home we're going to tour today, is the location of it being on a corner and right next to a really beautiful green field. So if you have dogs, I think this is perfect because you can come outside and just throw the ball around. And look at those rabbits. Those are wild rabbits. And if your dogs are like my dogs, they will love chasing after them. So you don't even need to bring a ball or anything. You see the mountain, beautiful mountain views. And then right to the left of the street down there is the playground, which I'll show you. But let's go inside and take a tour of this house. The brick just has more character than all the Spanish style homes you typically see now. I like this little extended patio area. You could easily put like a little sitting area and actually have a front porch, which is not super common here. Welcome home. All right, so living room when you first walk in. And huge doggy door. Probably fit 2 people through that at the same time. Living room is open to the kitchen. Trying to figure out how to turn, there we go. Well, not that the light helped, but now it's on. So here we go. Chair rail here with the shiplap. Looks like somebody handy put those in with the updated baseboards and door trim. The nice thing about these baseboards is they're not the little 2-inch with the texture from the 90s. And look at this little cupboard that goes under the counters. I don't even understand. What do you think that's for, you guys? I mean, it's literally just like dead space. What do you think it's for? Let me know what you think. So you could put some bar stools, but There's really not a lot of room because your knees would hit. So maybe if you were a kid, that would be okay. This is not something I see a lot, which is wood hardware. Do you even call it hardware? Because it's not like it's metal, like regular hardware. I don't know. And then you have this. What do you call this? Is it peg? Peg board? You know, you usually see that in a garage to hang your hammer and screwdriver, but they have it in the kitchen. So do you hang your utensils on that? What would you do with that? So this section, this right here would be where you would put your kitchen table, right under that. And then you have this little built-in. Not exactly fitting. I'm guessing whoever bought it just found a piece that was close enough to the measurements. So here's another thing. I'm wondering if people would leave or redo because it looks like the wires are much longer. So whoever installed them just tied them up like that. Well, this is a nice feature, having the RO, the drinking water, because the tap water here in the Phoenix area does not taste very good. It tastes very chemically. I always love the big sink. I don't really love the divider thing, just because when you're washing the big items like the pots and pans, it just makes it more difficult. All right, so this is nice for like a little coffee bar thing. Here's another like DIY, and it looks like they cut the outlet. Would you do that, or would you, like, how would you do this to make the outlet fit if you were installing that backsplash? And then over here you've got the peel, like the stick-on stuff. And then of course Formica countertops. Pantry. I do think these things on the door are a must-have if you have a smaller pantry like this, because it just gives you so much more room to put like your canned goods and spices and whatnot. So that's kind of a cool little light fan there. Look at that. It's like a teeny little blade. I don't have the measurements of this room, but I would guess it's like a 10 by 10. Just feels like a pretty normal sized standard bedroom is what I would call it. We've got a little linen closet. Here's another project that the owner did, putting the vinyl on the cabinets. Do you like that? Do you not like that? It kind of looks like wrapping paper. Have you guys seen when people do that? When they do wrapping paper, like on the cabinets of the kitchen or on picture frames during the holidays? That's what it reminds me of. Go. About the same size bedroom, I would say. We have the guest bathroom. It's interesting. You've got the hooks and then the bar. But if you hang a big towel, it would go over the bar. Is it this? Oh, yeah. Can't see it as well. I'll show you in the other bathroom. the cabinets were painted and then they put the contact paper on the bottom. Medicine cabinet. Okay, then we have the owner's suite. You could fit a king bed in here. You're not going to be able to have a ton of furniture, but you could do 2 nightstands, a king bed, and a dresser. Pretty sure the owner did the painting. Because you know the hardest part about painting is cutting in, right? So you just have some signs of that throughout. But what would you do? Would you repaint the whole house, or would you try to color match and just cut it in? It's a good sized walk-in closet. I totally picture either a first-time home buyer or a downsizer or a winter visitor getting this house. And this looks like those were installed by the owner. So here, these are like the stick-on tiles. Let's see if I can zoom back a little. There we go. Interesting. I told you it was going to be interesting. I really hope you can see what I see back here. You see that? Yeah. See, they painted white and then just left that square. Didn't move, you know, because they didn't want to move the toilet, which I understand. You don't want to take a toilet out. It just makes me laugh. Oh, same color as the guest bathroom, the painted cabinets, and then the contact paper. And then the fixtures, I forgot to point that out. The fixtures and like the towel racks were all replaced. And the lighting fixtures in the bathroom. All right, let's look in the garage and then I will take you in the backyard. And here we are. I just think it's interesting when people paint their garages a color. Water heater. Looks like the same painter painted in here. You got the white right behind the water heater. And then this step up here is very common. A lot of people from out of town are surprised by this. I think it's just so you don't hit your house because your tire would hit the curb. Oh, there we are, garage. Kind of nice to have a fan in here. I'm not a car person, but I'm guessing that you can use that to charge your electric car. Am I right or am I wrong? I'm sure somebody will tell me, especially if I'm wrong. So I know how that goes. All right, let's head out back. It's a decent sized lot. Definitely room to do whatever you want to do. Here's another project that the seller did. It's painted. And then of course the blue block wall. It is nice there's no houses directly behind this house. and the wall is a little bit taller than a lot of the other homes. It's one block higher than I see at a lot of other houses. All right, so there's that. So definitely room for a pool, hot tub. You can put turf in there, a little sitting area, basically whatever you want. All right, I want to show you one more thing outside and then I'll take you to the park. I didn't show you this earlier because there was somebody here and she was looking at me like I was crazy. I mean, it's not crazy to take a video of a house, right? All right, so right next to this field is a little box with, you're gonna love this, at least I do. Take a book, leave a book. I think that is so fun. Everybody can share. Take a book, leave a book, little library. All right, so we're gonna go right down here to that park right down there. We are on our way to the park. I wanted to take the long route just to show you one of the streets. I just love how not every house is exactly the same. Kind of gives you that Midwest vibe. Do you know what I'm talking about? All right, here we are at the park. It's so nice that this is walking distance from the house I just showed you. Literally just right down the street. I love that. And if you've been watching my videos, you know I'm a sucker for mountain views. It's just so pretty. I just never take it for granted. We're just so lucky and spoiled here. Simple, but nice, right? More grass. Come hang out with your dog or have a picnic. There's a little table. And I've noticed a lot of parks don't have swings, and these actually, there's 2 swings right here. So, good stuff. Really good stuff. Well, thanks for joining me on today's tour. If you have any questions about relocating to Mesa, Arizona, or the community of Ashley Heights, or you just want a list of available homes, let me know. I'm happy to send that your way. Connect with me on Instagram. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for all the latest and greatest real estate news and home tours. And leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about this house. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.